Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Diaries, episode 48. Had, I'd say, like a pretty good week. All things considered. Following on from the last video, we started to hire someone to help us with like social media. So I suppose like a social media VA, essentially, or an assistant. So we should make a decision on who we're going to hire this week, and that's going to really help us increase the output of our content creation, because I think that has been a bottleneck that we need solved. And it really doesn't make sense for us to spend or my business partner, for her to spend her time, making small changes to videos, uploading, scheduling. Even though that stuff is pretty easy, it's can take a long time. And I think when we just analyzed the time, it was just like unnecessary time was being spent doing like small tasks, which you could easily outsource to someone as long as they just followed instructions. So I think that's going to be like a huge time. Not only is it going to save us a lot of time, but it's also just going to increase our output, because we've tried to stay consistent specifically with like Instagram content, one reel a day, but that's not even that a lot. And we also do YouTube as well, which a couple of long form videos a week, but also we've not been posting on shorts and we've not been posting on TikTok. So we've got a load more potential for us to go after, which we're going to start doing, which is cool. We already started it this week. Basically, how we did it, we spoke last week, we agreed that we were going to hire someone. So my business partners spent the next few days basically just trying to increase the volume to free short form pieces of content per day per platform. So that's like 9 short form videos a day across Shorts, TikTok, and Reels. And basically we just highlighted what was taking the most amount of time. And that's the stuff that we're going to outsource. So as soon as we did that exercise and we identified the tasks that we need to outsource, then we went through the hiring process, which I kind of got on the screen right now. I don't know if this will be, it's pretty basic, but also if some people are watching this who've never hired before, this is typically what we do. And I've used this at my own agency as well. So we did just put a job post up. We use mostly Upwork, honestly, for this type of role, which is more like VA assistant based. Then basically ask them to spend through the portfolio. So we just understand that they have worked on similar projects previously. Then what we always do, or what I always do, is always set them a task before I interview them. Because when I first started hiring for roles at the agency, I would get on an interview with them straight away. And I would just completely waste my time speaking to people that weren't qualified, speaking to people that couldn't do the job. And it was just a huge time suck. So guaranteed every single time I get them to do a task. In the past, I've didn't always do it paid. For this time, we did do it paid just because I don't want to I don't know. I suppose there's 2 ways to do it. If you pay someone to do it, you're going to get more people complete the task. If you're like a huge brand and a big company, and people who are applying for the role know who you are, then you probably don't need to pay people for a task. Like, for example, when I was applying for jobs straight out of university, when I was applied for my graduate job, I had to fucking do a load of tests. I had to go down. I had to travel to London out of my own pocket, pay to stay in London, go and do like a recruitment day in London, and then travel back up to Lancaster, which is where I went to uni, which is crazy. Cost me, hundreds of pounds at that point, and I was a student with no money. So you don't necessarily need to pay people for these tasks, but if they didn't, if you're like less known, then you probably want to pay just to make sure, because like if someone's really good at what they do and they're already freelancing for other companies, they might not do like a free, like an unpaid task as part of a recruitment. So it's kind of like, if you don't pay them, you might only get the really desperate people who, might be cheap labor, but probably not very good, or you might get the more qualified people. So You can either do a paid task or a free task, a paid task or an unpaid task. We did paid. And then you basically set them very clear. Because like the main thing that we're looking for someone is obviously number one, for this task, they know how to edit short form content. They've got attention to detail. So like captions and spelling mistakes. And then just number three, mainly, they can just follow instructions. So we provide them with a document with all the instructions, and obviously the task is short form content edit related. So we're going to be really able to see, number one, can they edit short form? And number two, can they follow instructions clearly? So we give them basically 48 hours from receiving the task to complete it. So I should get some of those back today. And then we'll basically disqualify loads of those people. And then we'll maybe interview a few of them. We might not even interview them. We might just put some of them on a trial. Again, it depends how, I suppose, important the role is. Again, if it's more like VA assistant based, you might not need to interview them. We'll probably just put them on a trial. If it was like a media buyer or a copywriter or like a management position, then 100% I would interview them. So anyway, that's the process that we run through, and it's worked pretty well when I've hired in the past. So that's what we do. And other than that, everything's gone pretty well. We basically, we've opened spots up for the main coaching program this week. We've had a few people join. It's definitely not, last time we like filled the spots within like 48 hours. We've not done that this time. So I don't know whether it's a messaging problem. Maybe, people have already seen the offer. Like we did a very similar process like 4 weeks ago. So yeah, maybe the audience is a little burnt out from the same kind of offer and messaging. But I think, again, our biggest thing is just to get more leads. And the content distribution is going to do that, which means fresh people, like new energy coming onto our email list, new energy following us on our socials, and obviously new potential prospects that haven't been exposed to our business or our offer before. So I think I mentioned on the previous video, like more leads and more volume of traffic solves a lot of funnel inefficiencies. So maybe this process isn't as optimized as it could be, but if you've got volume coming through, then you're still going to make a lot of money. Obviously, you want to optimize the whole process, but sometimes just getting more leads and more volume is a better solution. And then you just look to optimize over the long term, because sometimes it's a bit of a slower process. So yeah, that's what we're working on. We're also introducing a referral program for our customers. So we're going to give people who refer someone to join the program, we're going to give them $200. And then we're also going to give the person they refer $200 off of the enrollment fee. So pretty good deal for us. That's going to cost us like $400 to get a customer, which, if we were running ads directly to our coaching program, I would pay $400 to get a customer. So I think it's a good deal for the customer, good deal for the new customer, but then also a good deal for us as well. So introducing that, we don't have like thousands of clients right now. So I don't think introducing this is going to be like the biggest needle mover in the world, or it's going to like completely transform the business. But I think we're pretty confident that we've got a good core group of customers that would want to promote us, or, would be excited at the chance of earning a little bit more money. So I'll keep you guys updated with how that goes as well. Never really properly rolled out a referral program before. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure. It'll be interesting. So yeah, I won't ramble anymore. I think that's everything I wanted to share. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.